Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Force here, and today we'll be taking a look at the newly added Domination mode to Smite, which as you're going to see at the very start of this video, I didn't understand whatsoever. I'm like, oh, what's that guy? Let me walk up to him. Oh, he's attacking me. Oh, who's this? Started off horribly, but I assure you this video gets a lot better as it progresses. Alright, so we're going to be looking at the newly added Domination mode to Smite. Domination works like this. If you take a look at the minimap in the upper right hand corner, you're going to notice those three what look like tower symbols. Well, those are actually these obelisks, which with your creep waves you destroy to gain control of. Once you gain control of them, they work essentially like a tower does, and they attack for you any enemy creeps or players that walk within their vicinity. So the overall objective of this game is to reduce your enemy's tickets to 0. Just under the minimap, you're going to see those two numbers, 400 and 399. That tells you how many tickets you have and the opposing team has. Once the opposing team's tickets get to 0, or your own, then that team loses the game. So how do you remove enemy tickets? Well, it's pretty simple. You remove enemy tickets by killing enemy creep or players, and gaining control of these obelisks allow you to do that much easier because you've got an assistant firepower killing creep and players as well. But besides that, the game plays just like Smite does. There's no other fancy shenanigans. The one thing, though, is that you start this game off at level 3 so that you have access to 3 abilities. Or is it level 4? So you start off having access to 3 abilities, so you can get your 1, 2, and 3 right away. You don't have to just start off with the 1 and go through the normal level of progress. With that said, this entire game mode is much more sped up than the average Smite game in the typical mode. This average game here in Domination is said to take between 15 and 20 minutes, and I believe this particular one took about 15 minutes. This is actually the first game of Domination I played, and the game I rolled over people, so I thought, let's go ahead and show this. This will be a fun one. Yeah, it turned out to be a really good game indeed. But yeah, you've got these creep waves, as you can see on the map, and you can see me walking by them, and they just consistently move out one wave after the other. You also respawn with your team in waves. So if you die and a teammate dies, you are consistently respawning within waves. I'm not sure what the timer is. It might go up. I actually really don't know. When I did die in this game, it was around 30 seconds, but that was also later in the game, so it's hard for me to tell. I'm assuming, though, that it might work that it progressively gets a longer wait period as the game moves on, but it's wave after wave. So let's say the first wait time's 10 seconds, and then as people level up, it goes to 15 or 30. I'm not sure, whatever. But yeah, reduce enemy tickets, kill enemy creep, and try to control the obelisk to assist you in doing so. And that's that. Lots of things that I actually really like about this new mode. For one, new scenery. Always good to see. A new location here in good old Egypt. So I like that. I like the new scenery. I like these. I like the animation of the obelisk. I think they're pretty cool. And it's something new. It's something different added to the Smite experience, which I certainly quite enjoy. I said this when they added the arena mode to Smite. Besides the normal 3-lane play, that big arena that they added, I said, hey, this is new, this is interesting, so I like that. I like that they're going to add and make diversity to the game and add game modes that people, if they don't want the super competitive 3-lane style, they can try something else. I'll be really interested to see how competitive this mode gets. I can say that I could definitely see it there. It's right now, at least after this game, I played a couple more. It's really hectic, like absolutely crazy. People are just doing whatever. I imagine over time there's going to be a standard and people will be comfortable with what you're supposed to do and what towers you would ideally like to take. I would assume the best situation would to be have the center tower and then left or right. That way you can quickly bounce in between the two with all of your teammates, as opposed to trying to defend the far left and far right. I can see that much harder, because if you've got some teammates over here on the far left and the far right gets attacked, well then what? You got to go all the way across the map. So I would imagine center tower and then either left or right will be the primary goal for people in terms of what to take. The other thing about having center tower too is it allows you to kind of sneak behind, although you're going to notice on the map there are lanes in between the far left, the far right, and the center. There's lanes in between there as well, so you can actually sneak behind people defending their tower from those points. So I guess what I just stated doesn't really ring true. It's not really a true Well, whatever. I'm going to stop talking now. At the moment, you can see my team is behind. We do end up winning this game by a fair margin, though, so I guess things turned around quite well partway through the game. All I know is that I was just dominating face, and I think I died a total of 1 time and had like 15 plus kills. So I said, yeah, post this video on the interwebs. My e-pain grows larger. And this is going to be part of the continuous Smite coverage as well. Maybe I'll do some of these games as opposed to the normal Smite mode. I can't even think of what it's called right now. Is it Conquest or... I don't know. This is Domination, though. This was bad. I was like, I'm dead, but then I said, oh, I'll just ultimate out of it. Could certainly be a waste of an ultimate, but living, oh, living. So worth it. Now, our team here is going to try to push center tower. I should have no problem doing so. I've decided to pull back a little bit because my health is fairly low. It definitely feels a lot more fast-paced too. I don't know if you acquire gold faster. It kind of seems that way, but I'm not sure if that is true, but it definitely feels like that's the case. You know what it could be too? It could be the fact that just this is, you know, it's a smaller map. Things are much more fast-paced. People are dying a lot more often, so you're getting a lot more kills. And I feel like you're able to get many more creep kills with this because all the lanes are so close to each other, and you can quickly bounce in between them and get more creep. So that in and of itself is obviously going to attribute to more gold gain, quicker leveling, and as a result, acquiring items at a much faster pace. Let's go ahead and push on over to the left-hand side and help Bakasura push the left obelisk. You can see that's pretty injured right now, so it's a nice and easy kill. And then this guy comes in thinking he can defend, and then he realizes, oh, that was probably a mistake, and faces the wrath of Bakasura and Hebo. Just like that. Just like that. Something else really exciting too, I don't know if you can tell, I think I was playing on high, but not the highest graphical setting in the past. I just picked up a, what is it, a GTX 670? Yeah, I believe that's what it is. A brand new video card, cost me a pretty penny. It's not the highest end, but it's definitely a very solid card, and I'm able to play pretty much everything at the highest at glorious, beautiful frame rates, and I am loving it. I think it's going to help my video production a lot. You know, being able to just produce things in the highest possible quality is what I ideally would like to be able to do for you guys, and now that I've got a better card, things should just start looking a little bit prettier around here. And that's, once again, definitely going to be a good thing. Now, if you're wondering why I'm not doing a live comm of this, it's simply because I didn't have a lot of time this afternoon. I've actually done a couple other videos, and it's starting to get rather late in the day. The problem with my live commentary is the simple fact that if things go really poorly, or if I just think it's a garbage game that I don't want to post up, and that doesn't necessarily mean a loss, because I definitely, you know, I think my win-to-loss ratio is like win 2 games, lose 1. I think that's overall, over the course of my Smite career, that's basically been what it is. But sometimes there's just horrible games where I just play terribly, and I'm like, I don't want to. Or not even that so much. The biggest thing, because I have posted losses before in Smite videos. I know there's a handful of them out there. The biggest thing is sometimes my commentary is just garbage, and when it gets... this is just I'm just talking nonsense here. Half of the people watching this video probably don't care, but when it gets to a point where I'm just, you know, not into it and not excited, then the commentary can get really bad, and I just feel as a result the video quality kind of suffers. So that's what I try to avoid. And with limited time today, I decided, let me just show you the recorded footage I have from earlier. It was a good game, and I can just throw some commentary on top of it. But I mean, in terms of the gameplay here, there's really not a ton else for me to say. I think I've pretty much covered all the bases. You know, we've got the creep buffs that we talked about, or did I not? I think I did. I don't even remember. So we've got there are creep buffs here. There's a cooldown reduction and a damage buff on the far left and right side, and then right in the center there is the physical damage reduction, that little armor buff there. No regeneration one, no speed one. I don't know why they don't include those. That'd be nice. Speed one's one of my favorites. And obviously health regeneration, who doesn't like that? Health and mana regeneration. But yeah, no blue or green buff, just red, white, and yellow. And huge misses, as you saw there. So embarrassing. And could have been an awful death, but luckily, a nice wall there from my buddy. Ymir assisted greatly. And did you just see the massive damage that Ymir laid down on that Bakasura? That is positively absurd. And my buddy dies, so we're going to go ahead and pull back with a retreat here. We have got a chasing. Oh god, stay away. We got those guys chasing through. Now we do have the so just as is the case with towers in the normal game mode, here in Domination, just over time the obelisks aren't as much of a deterrent for the opposing team. They just don't do enough damage to the higher level characters, and they don't fear them. So it's something to definitely keep in mind if you're outnumbered. You worry about, you know, tower diving in the normal mode. You have to worry about that same kind of thing here. And the double kill, and I think the triple kill. See what I mean? This was a good game. Good game for Force Lull indeed. And then we just go ahead and be back, pick up some new items. This item build is probably horrendous. You're probably offended, which I would say that's weird, but okay. And I'll make sure that we just finish off this match. I can commentate as to how it went. I mean, it wasn't the most challenging game. You can see the tide has swung in our favor now. We do have a ticket advantage, and this pretty much just persists throughout. Keeping an eye on these fools. And then we do go back, and I decide to push right lane as I see Bakasura and Anubis here. Baka's really low, so he pulls back very wisely. And then we kill Anubis. He's a little too sure of himself. And then the next focus is I'm just like, all right, well, let me just drop enemy tickets, kill these encroaching creep, and whoop-de-doo. And this, for the first time, I decided to pick up one of the buffs here. This is going to be the cooldown buff. Now at this point in the game, I'm level 16, nice and easy. Not much of a problem taking him out. I think this is a really strong buff for Hebo, especially since his cooldowns are so relatively short as is. Making that even shorter is kind of ridiculous. Just like these guys, kind of ridiculous. Look at these guys. Look at that ridiculous Bakasura. Oh, just barely escaped my death grasp. Just barely. So annoying. But Anubis, I don't think he's so lucky, unless he got reinforcements around the corner. Yeah, that is a negatory. Anubis not so lucky. Hebo wrecking some face. So keep an eye too whenever we kill this creep. Notice that tickets drop down. I don't know if it also drops down over time. That could be the case. I'm not entirely sure. Anything that I've questioned, please feel free to inform me about it in the comment section below. I do read through the comments. And yes, picking up all a Spear this late. Spear of the Magus. This late is probably worthless at this point. Magic penetration, definitely going to be really strong early on. I just like the items I like early game. I don't know what to say. I like getting boots. I like getting the Warlock Sash nice and early as well. I just like those items, guys. What do you want me to tell you? What do you want me to say? Those are the items I prefer. And then, of course, Gem of Isolation. Who doesn't like that? Slow them fools. This guy frickin' gets away. Not for long. And then I pay the piper for being so greedy, pushing into an obelisk with 2 other people defending, even with a kill. A little tough. But yeah, look at this, 14, 1, and 7. What'd I tell you? It was a good game. Absurdly good game. And I had a lot of fun. After this one, I also played a couple more rounds of Domination. So yeah, I think it's great. I'm really happy that they have added this to Smite. I think it's a lot of fun. And hopefully I can do a couple more videos of this mode, and maybe I'll switch it up so that my Smite coverage will be of this new Domination mode. The reason I didn't end up covering the arena much is I mean, it was cool, but I didn't find it as enjoyable as standard gameplay. I'm not sure if after playing this for a short while I'll feel the same way. Initially, I do enjoy this, and I'd like to revisit it at least one more time at some point. I don't know, again, if I'm just going to stick to standard Smite play besides that, though. It actually seems pretty likely. We'll see, though. We'll have to see. Again, we'll see how it pans out. We'll see how much I enjoy it. This was super embarrassing, by the way. You saw those 2 misses, right? I mean, that's... like, what? How did that even happen? How does someone miss that much? I should have definitely had the kill on him. Just me being silly. That's alright. That is alright. Alright, guys. Well, with that, we're going to wrap up. I got him anyways. With that, we're going to wrap this up here. I'll let the remainder of the game finish up. But thanks for joining me in this look at the new Domination mode. Hopefully you enjoyed the footage. I'll try to do at least one more video of Domination, if not switch entirely. Again, it's really going to depend on whether or not I enjoy it as much as standard Smite. Thanks again. If you like the content, please subscribe. And as always, keep watching and keep owning.
An enemy has been slain. Nice job. Good game. An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain. Double kill. An enemy has been slain.